All right. Today was good. Did some javelin specific exercises, so like shot put throws and with like an approach and stuff, and overhead shot put throws like forward. So had a lot of fun with that. Did some plyometric work. Was good. Feeling kind of springy. My knees have been struggling over the last couple months, so I've been trying to get on top of that with some like rehab stuff and a lot of isometric work. So that's been good, but just trying my best to kind of get everything under control as I get into the season. But yeah, it was good today. One thing that I think that I've been trying to do over the last couple weeks, or maybe no, since Sunday, because I was having like I said in yesterday's video, I was having some problems with kind of my attitude. Maybe not. I was having some problems with everything, and I think my attitude was one of the biggest problems, because I went into everything with like this victim mentality of, like, why is this shit all happening to me? I feel like I'm working so hard and getting nothing out of it. And on Sunday, I was sitting getting gas at Sam's Club, and every once in a while, when you're pumping gas, the gas pump will kind of be like a little faulty, and it'll like whenever you hold it down, it'll click off and shut off immediately. So I filled up like a quarter of a tank, and I was low on a tank, and I just kept getting really mad at the gas pump, and this has happened to, I don't know, probably 30 times before, and I'm just sitting there and I'm pissed off at the gas pump, and I take the gas pump out of my car, I put it back in the machine, I don't even bother to hit yes or no for the receipt thing, and I just drive off, and I went home. And kind of took some time to reflect on that on Sunday, and I'm like, why am I getting mad at a gas pump? And I kind of, just thought about my attitude that I've been taking over the last maybe, I don't know, three or 4 weeks, like 3 weeks to a month. And I think that I've kind of been developing this like victim mentality of, why, like I said, why is this shit all happening to me? And I've been consciously trying to replace the negative thoughts of like, why me, all this stuff, with positive thoughts of like, what I get to do. Because like I said yesterday, this idea of like gratitude and kind of trying to persist through everything, because at the end of the day, there's nothing I'd rather be doing, and I'm really happy with what I'm doing, and I'm happy with the direction that I'm heading in. And progress isn't always linear, which I think is something that that kind of pushes people away from success, because there's highs and there's lows. And for me, I've had 3 major surgeries at this point. Coming out of high school, I tore my ACL, so I had to rehab and get back for that for my senior track season, which ended up going well. And then my freshman year of college, I tore my labrum snatching. So my left labrum, not my right one, but you might be able to see it here. I have little like surgery marks, but tore that. And then my junior year, so like right after COVID happened, I tore my UCL. So probably be able to see this little scar. But I've had plenty of time in my life that I've had these like bumps in the road, and I feel like one thing that's kind of been consistent is like keeping a positive attitude. And I think this is maybe the first time in my javelin journey that I've had really nothing going wrong, but I've just had a shitty attitude towards what I'm doing. And I'm taking full responsibility for that, because at the end of the day, everybody's responsible for their the attitude that they bring to what they're doing. And I'm these last couple of days of training have been really good, and that's partially why I wanted to do stuff like this, because it's my way of being brutally honest with y'all and myself about where my head's at, and kind of keeping everything in check. But yeah, today was good though. We had some good vibes at practice. Coach Andy, he's away at SECs right now, so the whole like javelin group and a couple of the other people that only compete in outdoor we're out there. We're all listening to music, having a good time, and then but most of all we're getting work done, which is what I came here to do. But I think that's one thing that's great about track too, like the people that you meet along the way. Because like my best friend Claudio, he's from Chile, And I met him through, Virginia, and I transferred down here. He transferred down here, and then I kind of followed him after I graduated, because our plan was always to train together after, we graduate. Because I feel like, both of us push each other in ways that are really important for, the goals that we're chasing. And we're both chasing pretty similar goals. So yeah, I mean, the people that you meet, though, are pretty cool. I've got friends all over the world at this point because of track. And, this is even before I've been to these big, meets. But, I got just a lot of memories with a lot of people because of what I do and the sport that I'm involved in. And as I'm sure, most of you know, with, being involved in the track world, like, it's a really, like, close community. But it's cool because of that, though, because we have, a lot of opportunities to meet people that are, like-minded and working towards similar goals. And I think it's one of those things where ego doesn't really get in the way, at least with, the throwing community, from what I've seen, because I personally think it's because of money. Like, I don't think there's a lot of money in, doing professional track and field, at least not as, a mid-tier US thrower. But, as you kind of go up and, you're able to make more money doing what you're doing, then, obviously you kind of fall into, let me think of how to say this, but, as you make more money, I feel like you still hang around a lot of the same people that are, have that, like, good mentality of, like, doing what we do, which is really great. Like, off the top of my head, Roger Steen, shout out to you, man. But, one of the nicest dudes in the world, and also probably one of the most intimidating guys in the world if you ever see him walking down the street. But, if it weren't for track, I'd never meet the guy. And, you meet some of the nicest people, and you share, this, like, same goal with them, and I think that's what makes it so special. But yeah, that was a tangent and a half, but no, today was fun. And tomorrow I get to wake up and do the same exact thing. I think we're throwing tomorrow, so it should be fun. But yeah, I got some treatment today after practice. I got cupping. Got some pretty good cupping marks on my back. My traps were feeling pretty tight from yesterday because we had snatch, and I was doing pretty heavy weight on that. So, yeah, I mean, all in all, I feel like I'm carrying a pretty good attitude this week, and I'm fairly happy about that. But the one thing that is consistent, regardless of my shitty attitude or whatever it might be, is that I'm showing up every day, which I think is more important than anything. Because, you can say you want goals and you say you want things out of your life, but if you're not, willing to actually work towards them, then, you're just sending nothing out into the universe, like, you're just wishing. And wishing doesn't really get you anywhere. You gotta work. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it's kind of cheesy at this point, but the one thing that stuck with me, I think it was on, like, a Joe Rogan podcast or one of those, like, Macho Man podcasts, where they were talking about the difference between motivation and discipline. And, motivation is a temporary feeling, but discipline is waking up every day and doing what you hate to do like you love it. But I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because I think Mike Tyson said that too, which I like Mike Tyson's mentality towards training and, competition. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I hate what I do. I don't say I even hate. I dislike some things that I do, but I think at the end of the day, if you keep it in, the frame of mind that it's making you better in the long run, and you're not, at a net loss at the end of the day, it's going to be beneficial, right? But yeah, I think that's all I got. I've been talking for a bit, but yeah, thanks for listening.